Hello and welcome to this info session for the upcoming Nomad Cruise. If you are around, please let us know in the comments where in the world you are at the moment. And then we're going to dive right deep into what this AI cruise is all about. But before we are going to start, I just actually want to share a little bit my own journey from regarding AI, because actually what is happening right now is really crazy. We thought like we're going to do this cruise and we're going to talk a little bit about AI and dive deeper into it. And then about 3 weeks ago, when we were in Boracay, some of the other nomads who were there, they showed me a little bit of what is possible. They built app prototypes in the morning. They built beautiful websites. One is building a company that builds itself. And it's just been crazy what has been happening just over the last few months. And so I started myself also to dive a little bit deeper into this AI topic. And it's just been crazy. I've just been in this for the last 3-4 weeks, and I've spent a lot of time really going way beyond the normal prompting. And I mean, some of you here are developers, you've been already doing this for months, but I have the feeling that a lot of us are also just still starting out or haven't really dived deeper into the possibilities that are now possible with AI, and especially also for everyone who's not developer since a few weeks. And what I really, really feel since I've been getting into this and like really been connecting to the nomads in the last weeks is that we really need to learn this, because a lot of us are working digitally. We can now do things that took us 10 hours in 30 minutes, but we need to understand how to use these tools. And so out of interest for organizing this cruise, I was diving deep into it, and now I'm absolutely hooked on this topic. And we have a few people here who are also already joining and who are also working with these things already. And so what I want to do now is I just quickly want to show you a little bit what this cruise is, what we're planning, what we're doing there, and then I will invite some other nomads here, and some of them have been already working with this for quite a few months, which is quite a lot in these times. And then we'll talk a little bit about the topic and actually what's possible. And at the end, we'll also share like just a few very, very simple tips. So in case you haven't really been starting using these tools yet, first of all, it's not too late. We are really, really in the beginning, but I do believe that everyone who's like working remotely, working digital, we all kind of need to change a little bit the way of how we're working. And we want to talk a little bit about this today. And I'm going to show you first quickly what the cruise is about, but I see many of you here, you have already been on so many cruises before. So it's really, really cool to see actually many alumni coming back here and also other people who are interested. So I'm just going to walk over this and then we'll talk a little bit more about the AI topic itself, okay? Because this is really, really game changing. It's an amazing possibility if we start jumping onto this now. And I've honestly never been as passionate about something regarding work as this topic, but it can also be frightening if we're not acting on this now. And I don't really like to hype things up. Like, I just really think that this is really, really important that we do understand what's happening there. So I'm excited to talk with a few nomads. Let me just dive deep first, just quickly into the cruise, what's happening, and then we'll just talk a little bit about the topic. And you guys who are here, just joining, first of all, I mean, great to see you from all over the world here: Australia, Malaysia, New Jersey, Madrid, UK, Chagall, amazing, Berlin, Mexico. So literally we are here joining again from everywhere. And feel free also to make comments. Or one thing I would actually love to hear from you right now is like, how deep are you into AI? Are you just doing prompting? Like, what are your favorite tools that you are working with at the moment? This gives us a very, very good idea to where you are, what you're doing. So if you can share something, that would be really awesome, just so that we understand a little bit what's happening here. Okay, so now I just quickly jump into the cruise that we are planning, and I will share just this one. So just a few minutes. As you all know, we have a Nomad Cruise that's coming up from Southampton to New York City. We have 7 days at sea, and we wanted to do this a little bit different. This is not a normal Nomad Cruise, so we were thinking about different editions that we can do. And first, the idea was to make it a founder's cruise. I've always been wanting to go on this ship and to do this journey, so we had this reservation for actually quite a long time already. And so then we decided to make this an AI cruise, and that's happening from the 19th until the 26th of September. It's going to be by far the best and most luxurious ship that we've ever used. And just a short trip across the Atlantic, but really something to dive deep. And so now we decided, instead of just doing a lot of different topics like we usually do it on Nomad Cruise, to just really use the AI topic, going on this amazing ship and really diving deep. And the way how we want to run this AI edition is that basically everyone is using this very, very differently. And at the moment, there's a huge overwhelm of how you use the tools, what can you actually do. And we want to really make this a valuable experience for everyone, no matter if you're just starting out or if you're already a developer, if you've been working with these things, because we are bringing everyone there. And there will be like many ways to kind of do a hackathon at sea. We will share business insights and people just sharing their workflows. And I'm really looking for people who are already very, very actively using these tools, so that you can come and share this on the trip. And we just want to like dive deep into all the different kind of topics that can be done and with AI at the moment. And so we want to show you how you can build a beautiful website even without coding skills. We want to show you, give you a little bit of a hands-on insight on how to build an app, how you can run customer support with agents, and how you actually use the knowledge. Because, I mean, as you all know, with AI, oftentimes things are quite generic. So we want to really do it that AI is not just using the general conversation, but also our brand and our knowledge. So more things we want to do is we want to show you how to run social media, how you can do sales and outreach on autopilot, how you can use AI, video, visuals. So pretty much everything that you need to learn and do when you are like running and building your own business. Okay, so, and then we also want to dive deeper into vibe coding for the developers, how you can use these tools. And this should be really an exchange, a live way of showing what is possible. And this is the stuff that we show here right now. And I'm pretty sure that we will adjust this, because actually every 2 weeks, some new topics are coming up. But what we want to do is we want to find those experts who are already applying this actively. We have some people here already now in the call, after the call, and then we want to show you this more. So if you are into any of these topics, please feel free to apply to be a speaker on the cruise. We would love to hear from you. Like, how do you use it? How do you use it in your daily business? Then again, the ship, I'm not going to go too deep into this. It's an amazing trip, an amazing journey. And this is one of the last few ocean liners, very iconic route. So we're going from England to New York. And if you want to, but at the same time, we will still do a very similar program like what we are usually doing on the cruise as well, like normal networking and stuff. But the normal connection events that will happen more in the evenings. Okay, we will have Starlink on board. It doesn't always work 100%, but it's a great way these days to run these events and actually be able to do calls and also even run an AI cruise while we're in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. This would have never been possible as well a few years ago. Okay, so you can see here as well a little bit, learn about our community, and we do have the prices here on the website. So this is just to show you a bit more, like everything that's included. And right now the trip starts from 1,900 euros. I'm pretty sure that if you come on this cruise, the value that you will get from this is going to be way, way higher than this. And I'm saying this now as well. We are going to raise the prices. We are really trying to build the most amazing program ever that we had on a Nomad Cruise, really diving deep, really finding people who can really share insights, and this topic is important. So on Sunday we will raise these prices, but right now we do have this. And compared, if you would just do the Queen Mary trip, there's just like a little markup. So just it's a good time to decide now whether you want to join. And I also have to say that the inside and outside cabins, we do not have many available anymore. Actually, we still have quite a few balconies, but inside and outside will be sold out probably by the end of this week. And then we'll try to get a few more, but we never know then for what will be the price. Okay. So that's a little bit about the cruise. And if you do have any questions, I will answer all these questions at the end of this session. But I first want to speak a little bit with everyone who has been joining us here for this session. Okay, so if you do have questions regarding the cruise, then please, please let us know. And now I'm just gonna, invite a few people here into the session, and I'm super happy to have Jacob here. I don't know, Jacob, from where are you joining us today?
I'm joining from Turkey right now in the south.
From Turkey in the south, okay. And we have also Tony here. Tony, we have a little bit of background noise from you, and you're driving in the car, but it's great to see you here. You need to turn off the volume a little bit when you're not speaking, okay? So that we can he can hear it as well. Where is everyone else? And we have Alan here also joining us from the Philippines, from Siargao. It's great to see you here. And
thanks for having me.
We also have Tamara here. Okay, good. So let's start. Okay, I think that I would like to actually ask Alan, because he's been a little bit longer in this. You are working in AI. Can you just explain a little bit like what you're doing and like what did actually just change compared to like, let's say 2 months ago? Tony, you need to turn off a little bit your background noise.
Sorry.
Okay. No worries.
Yes. Maybe I can introduce my background a little bit. So I'm a software engineer, and I'm working for a startup in AI automation company. So we're automating knowledge work. And I would say, daily, like a lot of people who are watching and taking part here are using AI in their daily workflows, right? And as much as you, Johannes, I'm extremely excited about, the developments in AI and how useful they are in doing our knowledge work. So I would say, in answer to your question, maybe within the last 6 months, I would say the LLMs, the large language models, have gotten extremely, extremely good, and the ability to write code, for example, in my workflows when I'm building software, they have gotten extremely good. And so I'm building. I'm spending all my time outside of work also building, because it's just so exciting, and the ability to increase your productivity and solve problems it's getting really, really interesting, I would say.
Yeah. And Jacob, do you want to share a little bit how you're solving your problems and what you do?
Absolutely. I'm doing development here in south of Turkey, and I manage different properties around the world in Canada and the US. And what I did is I learned about this a month ago. And I always tell people, I wish I learned it a month and a day ago. It's like such a fast-paced changing technology that like every day you're in makes a difference. And I'm sure, Johannes, you kind of feel it, right? And what I'm doing is I connected this from day one to all my WhatsApp and email and everything. And I just jumped in and took a risk and tried to do everything. Now it's like, I give you like one example. So whenever I want to buy something, I tell Cloud to basically go out and find the local providers and send them a WhatsApp message and negotiate with them. And it's like a quite insane thing. And I get these messages after, this negotiation ends, and people are saying like, how did you find our number? Because it wasn't available online. And I'm like, I have no idea. So, and basically what I'm doing is, I wish I can share that, in the Nomad Cruise too. basically the AI is now the main window on my desktop. Like that's the thing I'm interacting with, and I'm trying to connect everything that's like downstream to that. And yeah, I mean, it changed my life totally, and just looking forward to share about it and learn it from other people.
Amazing. And yeah, I just quickly want to share as well, like basically what was the big wake up call for me, because so what happened was that until even just a few weeks ago, I was mainly using ChatGPT. We did a lot of like optimization of copy, or if I would do some research and I want to do something, and I always get a lot of text back. And then speaking with the nomads here in the Philippines, I started to use Claude, and I paid the subscription for Claude. And this is really for anyone who's not doing this yet. I think that this is the most important thing that we all need to do. So I started to use Claude. I paid the subscription, and I connected it to all my tools, to Gmail, to the email marketing, to Notion, where we do a lot of documentation. And now we can do prompts, and then we can create entire SOPs. We can create entire email campaigns. We can also do incredible research on things. And the level of using AI just kind of 10x. At the same time, I can build I can build beautiful websites. That's what I think, right? But everything is quite overwhelming at the same time. So I do believe that with this topic, it's really, really important that we do exchange what we're learning, because things are changing every day, and some people are doing this workflow, some are doing the other workflow. For example, when I hear what Jacob is saying, I'm like, okay, so how did you connect WhatsApp? Probably via some agent or whatsoever, but like everyone is using different ways, these tools in different ways, and it's just really, really good to understand like what you can do there. And we really want to dive deep on this cruise into how you can do this as a freelancer, as a business owner, and in many other ways. Tony, do you want to share some things? What are you doing?
Yes. Hi, guys. I'm in Brazil now. I was in the last Nomad Cruise. Was awesome. Thanks for that, Johannes. And my work is a tech hunter. I go for I try to find the best technologies around the world that people don't know about. And I got those technologies, I test everything, and I refer those technologies to companies and people around the world in my keynotes, my shows, and my other business like consultants and stuff. So that's what I do. I find technologies, I found tools, test, create new ways to use, and I tell people what to do in my opinion. That's it. And it will be really awesome to be in this next Nomad Cruise with you guys.
Amazing. And Tony, do you want to share with us like one or two tools that you find amazing right now that you're using or
Yeah,
that you
there's
love
so
to use?
many, but many different areas. But for example, you talk about Claude. For sure, it's a tool that everybody needs to try at least once. But for those people that are not trying testing Claude, should go to OpenClaw and go to clawbytes.com. Clawbyte is a tool from Alex that Alex 3 years ago was in Nomad base with you guys. I just found that, and he created an AI tool. It's called Clawbyte, CLAWBITE, and he makes easy to connect with WhatsApp or Telegram, your bots, your AI, your OpenClaw bots. It's really, really nice. You can connect with 2 clicks in WhatsApp or Telegram, the AI tool. Clawbyte, I think it's clawbyte.com, I think. I'm not sure if it's .com or .ai. I cannot see right now because I'm on phone. And let's see another tool, Kling. I just did a review of all the video tools with AI that I know, and I wrote exactly the same prompt with all those tools, and I compared with all these videos I posted in my Instagram, and for sure, Kling is the best in 65% of the cases. Of course, there are CGI animation, cinematic videos. There are different kinds of videos, but Kling.ai, KLING.ai, for for my surprise, is better than Veo from Google. It's better than Sora that do not exist anymore from OpenAI and all others. Kling is a great tool to create videos with AI and to erase things from videos as well. So right now, I'm doing a lot of keynotes to lawyers because many people go into the food delivery and get that, for example, the cheeseburger in food delivery and use Gemini to change the picture to say, oh, make this meat well done or not well done, and ask the money back in deliveries, or trying to, if they have a problem in the streets, they try to change the video of the evidence with AI, and the lawyers and the judges don't know if the video was made from AI or not. So I'm trying to direct the lawyers
Okay.
to show about those videos. There's so many tools, Johannes, in
Yeah,
different areas, you know.
exactly. So this is what we want to also really explain on the cruise. Like I showed this before, like have a look at the website. Like we want to dive deep into all these ways of like how you can create beautiful websites, how you can use this for your sales, really like find many ways. And the thing is, there's so much to learn, but like if we are not learning it, we are really falling a little bit behind because everyone can really use this. Maybe Tamara, you can also share a little bit about like how you're using the AI tools and from where you're joining us today.
Sure.
Yeah, hi everyone. Happy to be here. I am in Bali right now. So for me, actually, I run a hypnotherapy business. I help people with their relationships and dating. That's my main offer right now. And actually, so end of last year, I spent a couple of months in Silicon Valley, and because I really wanted to know, I was like, I really wanted to learn about what this AI hype is about, and like spend a lot of time learning. And I went to all sorts of hackathons, learning all sorts of like latest, tools, and I went to an XR hackathon, and then another hackathon. We were doing like avatars, and like it was all about multimedia tools, and then like other events that were about like building agents and actors, and then like when I came back and I absorbed all of this, and then when I came back from Silicon Valley, I realized that there is a lot of shiny objects. There's a lot of like really cutting edge, really cool tools, but that it wasn't. Not all of them are gonna move the needle in my business. So now actually, I focused on what are actually the AI tools that move the needle in my business today. And I started really using AI as a thinking partner. So because I also do coaching in my business, right? So like now I run everything I do in my business through AI. AI tools really like coach me and give me a lot of feedback. That has made a great difference in my business. So like a strategic thinking partner. And then I've also used it to refine my personal brand, refine my marketing and sales, and also I'm using like AI augmented analytics. So from all the numbers that are happening in my business. So I think this can really be something interesting to do for people at the cruise. Maybe if you're a solopreneur or if you're a freelancer, really like you can get inspired about all of like what is possible in the world of AI and all the shiny tools there are. But also on the other hand, it can be a good time to really focus on what are the problems in your business that need solving and like how you can solve them with AI, and just focusing on these specific things. That has made a lot of difference for me.
Yes, that's what I think that's the first thing I would recommend, just like going into Claude and really asking, what is it that, how can you help me? This is my situation. I run this kind of business, and then start to connect Claude with the tools that we are using. Maybe Alan, do you want to share a little bit about the tools that you are using for your business at the moment and what you would recommend for someone who wants to get started? Maybe you have some thoughts there.
Sure. I mean, in my daily workflows as a software developer, but also my personal projects, I'm using Claude Code basically every day. And I think, yeah, in answer to you, I would agree. Get that $20 subscription for Claude, get the desktop app, and you could use it as co-work, or you could use Claude Code, and you could use the chat app. because the tools enable you to connect to third parties, whether that's through MCPs or you connect to third parties through APIs. What you can do with the tool is when you prompt it, you can essentially connect it to third-party tools and get it to do things on your behalf. So whether that's, for example, we've mentioned OpenClaw, managing your inbox, whether that's completely revamping your website, whether that is, creating in your brand voice, marketing material and articles for you. So for me, one example of something I'm building outside of work, so I'm using it every day outside of work. I'm staying at a co-living right now in the Philippines. It's just opened up and we have new residents coming in, and we want a kind of feedback system from residents and for them to be able to submit feedback to improve their experience. So it's kind of like a customer service improvement. What I've done is I've used OpenClaw and created and connected it to a WhatsApp number, so that residents can message the WhatsApp and then say their feedback, and that gets fed back to the owners, so they can and you can send pictures, you can send voice messages. It makes it just very easy to submit that feedback. So it can be professional and it can be for, like everyday use cases. If you have the knowledge, you can solve a lot of problems. If you use the tool, and I do use Claude Code to build that. So Claude Code, you're really interested in building software and technical solutions, it's really the place to go. I would say on top of everyone's skill that they have, the knowledge in their domain, whether they're a marketer or a software person, the new meta skill is learning the tools and learning how to get the best out of the AI tools available. Because if you know how to do that, it's really powerful, and you can accomplish a lot more faster, and really increase your productivity and solve a lot of problems.
Yeah, I mean, either you can decide, either you just work 1 day a week, right? You can work so fast. Or you feel like, oh, I get so much done, and then you work till 2 a.m. at night just because you want to try everything. But
seriously,
Jacob,
yeah.
Jacob, I want to ask you, because I mean, you are using Claude Cowork, right? And you're not a programmer or developer, but you built your own CRM system, or like maybe you want to share a little bit, like what were your favorite things that you've built so far?
Exactly. And if I say something technically incorrect, please correct me, the technical people. But what I understand is actually Claude Cowork is for people like me. It's the same thing. It's just coding at the background, but the interface is just easier to understand for me. And I've always, all of us have problems, right? Like Johannes, you're like trying to like manage a bunch of people. They're messaging you. You're forgetting about, what you talk with these people, or what you've discussed about the price, or if they're coming to the cruise, they're not coming to the cruise. And then one day you find a website like Salesforce.com or like some CRM program, and then you go in and it's complicated and it's messy. So I've always had that. After I spent a couple of weeks with Claude, I said, maybe I can just ask Claude to build me a CRM system that works for me, just follow who messaged me, are they serious, when they made the payment. And also I connected to WhatsApp, and I said, okay, go to all my WhatsApp conversations, and at the Notion, create basically a card for each customer and write the important things we've discussed in the past. So, and then I basically just, talking to it and learning it online, just built my own CRM system. And it's just clean and simple and just beautiful. And it has huge also implications. Once you start doing all this stuff, you just realize how many companies are going to be in big trouble in the next 4 or 5 years. So the world will be changing like beyond what we've imagined, because I was just listening to a thing. It said basically the value of these companies is the value of software is the amount of money you pay to the software engineers. So when the software engineers is basically Claude, we're paying $200 a month to build any kind of a tool you want. And if I can build a tool without any technical knowledge, then what's the value, you know? It's a huge value for me, but you know, what's going to happen to the world as we know it? So yeah, I mean, it's like you just have a problem, just think about it and ask, and just let Claude build something for you. That's pretty much it.
Yes, I agree. I mean, I think the key thing is really just for all of us just to install this, right? If we are not doing it, I would actually love to hear a little bit also talking now. If you are following here, feel free to ask any questions or share any thoughts here, so that we can make this, we're happy to make this a little bit more interactive, or if someone of you has got questions regarding even the cruise, you can ask this, but just like feel free to let us know your thoughts or what you're thinking, or, and maybe also how you're using these tools. Because actually I was talking to another friend of mine today, and he gave a talk about AI. He's using this in his real estate business also a lot, and he gave a big talk about it to other founders. And what he realized is that everyone is knowing about the possibilities of AI that are just coming up, but nobody is really implementing it. And I do feel it's really, really important to not just play around with it, or like just start to build small things that we can do. It's really, really easy actually in Claude Cowork. You can just say, send me a summary of my emails every day and tell me what to focus on. That is one prompt, one scheduled task, and it can actually make quite a big difference to your day, because sometimes it will pick up things that you would so easily miss. So really think about like how you can, like how Patrick is saying, how you can solve problems with this, and switch there and do this and apply it. And then once you do that, you will understand why this cruise is so important actually as well, because there's just so much to learn, there's so much to do, and so much to dive deep into. Maybe Tamara, you want to share a little bit, like for people who want to start out, or like how was it for you when you started out? Maybe you can share some advice as well, or Tony also.
Me or
Tamara?
Tamara,
there
okay.
you. Yes.
Yeah. Which tools I started with first? Yeah, I actually really like the tool Perplexity and Perplexity Computer. So I love it because I have a humanities background, so I love tools that also have like a deep research function. And I've also used it for building websites, and my background is also in kind of policy and politics. I'm always looking for kind of topics to, so using it for deep research, but also I obviously love Claude, and using also Claude Cowork for even things that really optimize my productivity. So even for travel, I now let Claude Cowork like book my, like find me Airbnbs and flights, and even like clean up things on my computer. And I'm just like, I think it's a lot about kind of the mindset, right? It's a lot about like we all learning these tools as we go. So it's having this mindset, right? It's like going to AI first. Like I know I could clean up write my desktop in my laptop, but like let's see what happens if I ask AI to do it. Like I know I can book my Airbnb, but like it's a great experiment to just like let AI do it for me, and then that will give you a lot more ideas actually. For maybe you have some like really boring tasks or admins tasks that you can then automate, and will save you a lot of time and a lot of also like mental effort that you would usually spend on kind of decision making and ruminating. So this is what has made like a great difference for me, even just when traveling. So I think it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's incredible, right? Like you can just basically, I think that with whatever we are doing, right, it's good to just first think like, okay, maybe can Claude do this? And then you try it, and then it will like look on the website, do all the research for you, or it's just going so much way beyond ChatGPT. Tony, you also wanted to share a few thoughts, right?
Yes. For the ones that are starting, I think you should start with the most simple tool that you can find. So because sometimes you try to start with different connections with MCP and API. It does not work for you. You don't have the results. So you get dismotivated. You get, oh, this is not for me. And you stop using AI. So you should start with the most simple tools that you can find. For example, Suno.com, that you can create a music with AI with 2 clicks and it's free. You can start with Toki, Toki. It's an agenda that you schedule appointments, and the tool for free calls to you 1 hour before, 30 minutes before your appointments, so you can remember. So you're not staying looking for the notifications all the time in your phone. So those are very simple tools. And even before that, people that didn't start with AI ads or is starting right now, you should start with the basics. So, for example, ChatGPT. Johannes, you're gonna be surprised on how many people downloaded the wrong app of ChatGPT. So they write ChatGPT, try to download and download another app that is not ChatGPT, and they think it's ChatGPT. So these apps do not work well. So people say, "Hey, ChatGPT doesn't work. It's not for me." Blah blah blah. So we need to start with the basic, you know. So it's download the right apps, get the QR code with the right apps, the most simple apps, and start with the simple things to set up. And that's it. That's my tip.
Jacob, do you have anything that you are like working on right now that you're excited about, or like that you're trying to build?
I mean,
well, I think you were talking about the architect today, right?
Pretty much.
You have an architect agent who's helping.
I got an architect agent. I'm working with Nano Banana. So after trying Midjourney and a bunch of other tools, because my part of my business is to create these unique spaces. And then I've been using different tools, and I'm sure all of us have, and they give like really creative stuff, but that's not what you really need in your space, you know, because you describe it, but it gives you something fantastic. So I created a skill, which is something you need to learn with Claude, and it's connected to Nano Banana. And then when I can, you know, create a space and try different colors, different kind of architecture, and different kind of materials with it, and man, it's just like creating
Nano Banana is for creating images, right?
Yes, Nano Banana is for creating images. It's new, and I mean, it's just one night I remember like I had to give the designs to the people who are gonna construct this, build out of containers, shipping containers. I'm building a co-working space, and the day before I sit down and I created the bathroom, the co-working space, the kitchen, and the like and a exhibition space and like a little gallery from different angles, and I made this spreadsheet and I just send it to these people who are gonna build this place, and they're like, wow, who did you work with? This is like incredible amount of work you spend. And I'm like, yeah, we work with an architect. So that's what they did. And it also impresses other people, right? Like what you can do, like people think you're working with really high-end people. And also another like little thing is, I agree, like you have to, for example, like connecting that to the WhatsApp to Claude was the moment that I shined, because it required me to entering my laptop's terminal, and I've never been to a terminal, and I wish we can do it at Nomad Cruise. Like it's just a scary thing, right? And Claude said, just go to the terminal, I'll teach you. I'm like, okay, paste this code. I did it, and there's an error and it crashed. I'm like, no. It's like, don't worry, keep going, and I just keep pasting, and then at the end it just connected to my WhatsApp, and I'm like, bro, I have no idea what happened here, but now I'm connected. So I wish like we can do like these little activities at the cruise, so just like breaking this fear barrier. And I'm like, now I feel like I can do anything on the computer, which might be a little bit of a scary thing for humanity, but like I start creating websites, writing code, and I have zero background. I don't know what's going on, but it's working.
Yeah, and it's not that they look crappy, the websites, they look actually quite beautiful, right?
Exactly. Everything, it's working.
Yeah. So again, whoever has got questions, feel free to ask. we are not going to be here for so long anymore. And so any kind of Nomad Cruise questions or whatsoever. And actually, because we are here talking about Nomad Cruise as well, maybe some of you can share like just how your cruise was for those people actually who have been, how can I say, because we have all alumni here, so all of you have been with us before, so it would be actually nice to just maybe if you could share some tips, like what was your experience and what you would recommend for people who join Nomad Cruise the first time, and maybe some thoughts on the AI cruise, just a few words, that would be awesome. Maybe Tamara, you want to start?
Yeah, so I've done so far 2 Nomad cruises, and I would say I think probably most of you have been to Nomad cruises, right? But so you know how much fun it is, how many friends and like new connections you get to make. For me, the big value of the cruise is it just having this, it's like a playground, right? Like having this space for experimentation and having this opportunity, right? To kind of like you can, like anyone can run a workshop, right? Anyone can have an event. And the fact that you will always have an audience that is very, very welcoming and friendly and open to experimentation, that has really given me also a lot of new ideas for my business and has really given me the space to experiment that I don't usually find in my other communities. So that's really what the great value for it has been. And it's just like, yeah, it's a great place to try new things and be inspired by new things beyond, all of the great connections that I've made. So yeah, that's it for me.
Cool. And just one question, you're now also in Bali, right? And there's a few people from the cruise there still, right? Or are you
there are too many of them. You can't like take 2 steps without bumping into somebody.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the connections live on. Jacob, do you want to share something about the cruise?
Yeah, absolutely. Bali is like a big nomad cruise as an islet, I guess. For me, I've been traveling for 12 years around the world, and I've been, living as a nomad. So it was, for me, it was like just because sometimes you can feel like alone and you're disconnected, people have homes and, countries and things like that. And it was just so beautiful just to be in this, confined environment with people. Like, I know it sounds very cliche, but like, like-minded people, because everybody understands each other. And also the excitement that people have, right? Like just going to the next location, people are always planning, okay, there's this to do and this to do, and truly like the connections we made. And for people, I guess like it's a group of adventurous people, right? And also this time I got so excited when, I reached out to you this time, because again, this will be a different one. This will be a special cruise. Because I don't know if you know, but Claude is about to launch a new version of the thing, and everybody's saying this is a game changer who are in the industry. So I'm really excited to share like what people know and just share like what I know with them, especially with this kind of group of people. So it's going to be a very, very special one.
Amazing, yeah. And how was it for you, Tony?
For me, it was awesome. I was in Nomad Base and now Nomad Cruise. And for me, the road is the extension of Nomad Cruise. Why is that? Because I knew so many people from Nomad Cruise and Nomad Base that I just write in my WhatsApp. And when I go to the country or the city of the person, for example, if I go to Miami, if I go to Singapore, I just say, hey, I'm in Singapore. So all my list of people that I know from Singapore, all the list that I know from Miami, and I always go to a dinner, to have lunch with those people, that I meet other people, friends of the friends of those people. So Nomad Cruise, it's a rare place, a unique place that people from around the world gets together. Like 300 people from around the world, 100 people from around the world. This is very unique. So you make friends there, and you extend this for your next years in the road when you're traveling. You always make contact, send messages. Hey, I'm from Nomad Cruise. I'm here in your town. Let's have a dinner. Let's lunch together. And I always get together with those people. For me, it's a great life hack.
Awesome. Yeah. Alan, do you want to say a few things?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I agree with what a lot of people have said. I mean, there was my first cruise this year, just in February, from Hong Kong to Manila, and that was really good. You meet people who are like-minded in like international, like want to travel, and there's so many events on the cruise that you basically can't do everything because there's so much to do, so many people you can meet, lots to learn. And the cruise continues after, like, in the co-living I'm in right now, there's like 4 or 5 people that I met on the cruise. So you make friends and you keep traveling after. And one of the like great things about the event, so as community events, I put a couple of AI related events on the cruise just this year, and there was a lot of interest. I think a lot of people came, like more than double the attendees that said they would come came, and it was really packed. One on OpenClaw and one on just development workflows using AI. So on the cruise, I think a lot of people were super excited about AI as well, and were already pretty. Some people were very, very deep into it. Some people were just interested and wanted to learn more. And I think I agree that this cruise will be pretty special because it's going to be AI themed, and all the events from across the Atlantic. It's going to be a packed schedule with all the things you can learn and all the people you can meet.
Okay, awesome. Thank you everyone for sharing this. It's also always really cool to see like how everyone is like having a completely different experience, right? But at the end of the day, it's a lot about the community and who you're meeting, and everyone who's just joining here, listening. I can just say from my own perspective, being the founder, I mean, I do think that the first 4 years I was pretty much traveling around the world just by myself, and I didn't really know anyone, and it's been really, really difficult to build a network. And what we do now with the cruise is just we help to like really accelerate this by bringing together like 150 to 300 people who all already have a massive network of traveling around the world. And it just makes things so much easier, because I do believe like if we are nomads, we kind of need to know 100, 200 people as well who are doing this as well, because the world is quite big, right? So we are jumping a lot between places, and then things happen from that. So I don't want to make it now too long, but maybe like I think, well, we were already asking about tips, we already talked about tools. Anyone has any thoughts, anything else you would like to share, or regarding Jacob?
Just one little thing. It was so much fun. Just the laughter and the fun that you have. I mean, we cannot forget that.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. It's always so much stuff happening. And I mean, can't really, really looking forward to make this one a little bit different, right? With the ship, and it's going to be a little bit of a smaller group. And,
I have a question, Johannes.
Yes, sure.
What's your expectation for this next cruise?
For this one, so I feel like Nomad Cruise is amazing in the way of like how we're building connection, but one thing where we never really delivered so much is the program itself, right? Because I mean, we always have amazing speakers, but it's very, very difficult to make an incredible program when you have so many different topics and stuff. And I think like with my expectation for this cruise is that I want everyone to be blown away and to feel like, hey, well, this is like worth 10 times more than what I paid for this trip, just because of the things that I learned here, or the connections, or like the few tips, that I got from this. So that's my expectation. And then I'm really looking forward to the ship. I'm very excited to go back to New York. I haven't been there for quite a while, and just with so many great people who already are on board and who will join as well. So it's going to be, but my main personal expectation is I want that we are having a really incredible program, and that everyone feels like they got something out of this, no matter if you're like a beginner or whether you're like a pro, and whether you've been working on this, just by, you know, really exchanging. Because I do believe, I mean, there are like just so many small things, and so hard to follow. And when you look on YouTube, you find so much stuff that's like also then outdated or old, and that we all really feel afterwards like, hey, we got really a lot of value from the program, and all the community and all the amazing connections is an amazing bonus too.
Yeah, and I also wanted to say for everyone to think about your purpose, right? And if your purpose is to make more friends or business connections or to 10x your business with AI, then the cruise could be a good place to do that. And especially because it's such a supportive environment that's really open to experimentation. So even if your purpose for this cruise were to just, you know, see what's possible and get inspired and even experiment with AI, so I think that's really a good time and place to do that, and having this kind of space and time, this like carving this moment in your life for that, I think can be really valuable.
And I want to add here as well, like I mean, we had all these topics on cruises before, like a lot of crypto talks, and there were always like very diverse opinions, like, do I really want to learn this? Do I not want to learn this? But with this AI stuff, if we are working digital, we need to at least know what's possible. It's not that we need to do this ourselves, but we need to know what's possible, because otherwise, like we are just like really behind. And I mean, right now, I do believe it's an incredible opportunity to really learn this, and we do need to make this how, like I saw this video of Alex Hormozy today. He was saying like, you need to make this first priority, second, third, fourth, and fifth priority to really learn these things now, right? And learn how we can apply this to our business. We don't need to now start building 5 new apps just because we can do so many things. I think that it's very easily to be completely distracted and to focus on the wrong things. But we need to think like, how do we apply the AI to the things that we are doing right now, and how can we add just a little bit more value? And like one thing I see, for example, for myself, now that I see all the possibilities, very easily I can get a bit distracted, and then I work on 5 or 6 things at the same time, and until my credit runs out at 1 a.m. and then I have to stop. So I think that's the key thing, not to get overwhelmed and to take things step by step, but like make it a priority, maybe for, even if it's just for 30 minutes a day, just get the subscription, and it will run out anyways very quickly. So there's not so much, just like get Claude running and then take it from there. And I don't want to now drag this out for too long. If anyone wants to share, you're more than welcome. And otherwise, I just want to thank all the amazing speakers that we had here, that I'm excited to connect more again on the ship. And it's great that you joined here today to share a little bit. And I can just like stick around a little bit and just answer any cruise related questions if anyone has anything. So I just want to say like thank you, and anyone who has got anything regarding the cruise, I'm just gonna answer this now, and I'll dive deeper into this. So thank you everyone for joining today. Really excited to see you soon on the cruise, and let's make this incredible event.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Thanks, Johannes.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Johannes.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you so much.
Johannes. We'll catch you soon.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so if anyone has got any more questions regarding the cruise, you can ask this now. I will just like also look over here if there's anything that I can answer. And I just want to say that the pricing will go up on Sunday. It's always better to book early. We really need to know this as well. Like if you want to come and you decide 1 month before, this makes our planning very, very difficult. So we always really reward those people who are booking early and who jump early on board. It's still a few months. So I do believe that this can really bring a lot of value. Okay. So I am going to go a little bit into some questions here. Actually, if you do have some questions still, then just ask here now. So there will be a few things before departure actually already happening in London, maybe a few days before, and then one night before we will all be going to Southampton, because so that you don't need to travel like on the same day there. Okay. There are some questions also about the Caribbean cruise. We are doing another cruise in November. That's no secret as well. We've been sharing this. It's going to be a little bit longer. It's not so much of a topic, and we will also share all details very, very soon. We're just about to finalize this. Then when you arrive in New York, we are planning some program for about 1 week after we are arriving in New York. So just make sure you can stick around. It would be good. If you don't have the time, that's fine. And also we are doing some things in Mexico after. I want to say this as well, like actually going back to the Caribbean cruise that we're also planning. Those of you who are joining the AI cruise, you can also join the entire program, the entire community of the cruise that will arrive in November sometime in the Caribbean. So if you want to like travel a little bit after going to New York, we are doing something in Mexico, and then you can stick around there, and then you can join the Caribbean, the entire community. So actually, by joining the AI cruise, you have 2 cruises in one, two reunions in one. Okay. So, and also all the dates, a little bit more specific things on the program we are sharing in the wiki that is coming there afterwards. Okay. So I don't see so many other questions. I'm just, the November cruise will be for 2 weeks. So that's gonna be 2 weeks. It's a little bit longer and just a little bit more diverse. It's not so much AI topic, it's the usual Nomad cruise that we're doing. And yeah, so that's it. So I'm going to close this now. And for those of you who still want to join, book before Sunday or until Sunday. From Monday onwards, the price will be different, and would be awesome to see you on the cruise. And I do hope that all of you who joined here got some value out of this conversation. And thank you all for tuning in. And thank you, and have a good morning, afternoon, night. Here it's now also 12 o'clock at night. So late webinar, and thank you so much, and goodbye.